That was so good. So I'm Melissa Larsen. I wrote this book, The Lost House, a couple of winters ago when I was living in Reykjavík, and it's finally coming out this January. So I am going to. Thank you guys! Isn't it beautiful? So I'm going to read from the prologue just a little bit, but I just want to say thank you guys for this experience. This is my first public reading for the novel, so I'm feeling a lot of feelings right now. Okay. Just to let you know, because you're not going to hear the part I'm abridging this, they're in a party up north in the middle of the woods. I hope I haunt you. Elsa can feel the beat of the music pulsing in her skeleton, but she can't hear it. She can feel Lilia's hot breath on the back of her neck, undoubtedly complaining about something, anything to get Elsa's attention back on her, but she can't decipher it. The vodka burns a messy path down her throat, and she doesn't know how many she's had, but she can't bring herself to care. There is no party. There's only the high-pitched internal scream that whistles in her ears every time she thinks about him and the words on the screen in her hand. Her fingers hurt from clutching the phone for so long. I hope I haunt you. All it takes is a tap, and she'll have sent it. She'll never have to see him again. She can't do it. What's wrong? Lilia, shouting in her ear. Elsa clicks the button to kill her screen. Lilia will look. She'll search for a gap in Elsa's concentration. She can't let things rest. Sometimes Elsa thinks Lilia can smell the secrets on her. So she hurts Lilia's feelings, and she avoids her friend named Oscar and leaves the party. She nudges the plywood aside from the back door, prepares to throw her body into it to get it free, but the door swings smoothly on its hinges. She slips outside, pulling the door shut behind her. She takes a sharp breath, hoping the frigid air will sober her up. Usually it helps, but tonight there's no feeling, as though she's walked into a vacuum. There's no light either. The scant illumination from the lanterns and flashlights inside is nothing against the plywood tacked to the windows. All that's left is a thin line of white leaking through the cracks. The rush of the river, so close, sucks the remaining air from Elsa's lungs. With trembling fingers, she slips her phone from her jacket pocket. There's the message, still waiting to be sent. She's already said so much, but she wants these to be the last words. She wants him to understand. She wants to hurt him the way he's hurt her. I hope I haunt you. She's sick of thinking about it, and staring down at the bright screen is making her feel actually sick. She presses send. The relief doesn't come. Elsa shoves the phone back into her pocket and steps forward into the night. She'll go home and sleep this off. It will be better in the morning when she wakes up new and free and probably so hungover she'll want to die, but at least she'll be alone. She aims for the trees, for Oscar's car somewhere beyond, but her legs won't cooperate. She can't find her balance. Her feet sink strangely into the fresh snow, sliding sideways or backward, so that she can't trust each footstep. That last drink, those last drinks, had been a mistake. She can see it now. Inside, with all the chaos, the unsteadiness had felt normal, expected. Everything she has done recently has been a mistake. Her fingers touch the cold snow, and there's pressure in the back of her eyes. When did she fall over? Acid fills her throat, but she swallows it down. If she starts vomiting now, she won't stop. The world writes itself in slow, blurry stages. She has to get to the car. Oscar left the keys in the cup holder. She'll sit in there, take a minute, warm up with the heater. She can wait for him or Lilia to follow her out. Either one of them can drive her back. She's in the trees, making her way by feel more than sight, the noise of the party a distant murmur behind her. Here, the quiet throbs against her ears, the snow muffling even the harsh quality of her breathing, which is why she doesn't hear it at first. A voice, soft. She thinks it's her own voice at first. She's whimpering under her breath. But the sound comes again, and it's not her own blurry whisper telling her to move. It's a man's voice, calling her name. She walks faster, brushing her hands against the rough bark of the tree trunks as she goes. The voice presses closer, louder. What are you doing, Elsa? There's a catch in her body, hurtling her forward. She's aware of sitting, of both hands freezing in the snow. She doesn't know how long she's been like this. She drank too much tonight. This isn't what she's used to. This is something beyond her body. She's hovering outside of herself, but there's no thought in the outside. Only the trees spinning around her and the vague sense of anger, but even that is draining away. She looks up into a beam of light. There are hands in her armpits, hoisting her back up to standing. She feels safe because someone who cares about her is here to help her, but there's the whistling again, high-pitched and shrill, a tea kettle screaming on the stove. She wonders if he can hear it too.